It's a mixed bag. It really is, and it's some of the things that you've already alluded to. When I was at Francis Scott Key as an assistant principal, this was not a big issue. We had several kids leave for bullying reasons, and I think they were true at-risk kids that were struggling socially. So I think that was true. Coming into South Carroll, and I'm not sure the year we went to open enrollment, but I feel like I had
16, 17.
Okay, I had the tail end last year of kids that came to South Carroll with phony addresses. We had a really successful winter sports program there in a couple areas, and we had students using phony addresses. 5 students used the same address coming in, and I had the tail end of those kids as seniors, and it was a nightmare. The behavior was very challenging with them. The families were challenging, but I didn't really feel like they were my South Carroll families because they were living really they weren't really living where they said they were living. And at least 3 of those students last year weren't academically eligible. And it got really ugly, making it the teacher's fault. And the kids weren't living in South Carroll, so they were rolling in about 9 o'clock. You know, these 3 kids were rolling in at 9 o'clock, so they weren't in their classes. So that was very challenging. But I felt like that was more skirting of the issue. You know, that wasn't this true open enrollment issue. We had a student leave in my tenure there, and the feeling was that this student wanted to go play sports at another high school. And they wrote an application that alleged a lot of ugly things going on at South Carroll, which really upset me as a first-year principal. I read it with PPW. I was appalled at the allegations that were in the letter. I called the parent. We're not talking to you, Click. We're not talking about this. And after I looked into it, I talked to some people that were involved in the letter, came to find out this was mainly a sports thing, probably didn't have anything to do with the things they were allegating, and they wouldn't let me respond to it. They didn't have any interest in talking about it. So we've had some small, strange, isolated issues. I know it's a powerful topic with some people that I work with because they're parents and have kids at other places, and their kids aren't able to play. They feel a little shorted because of sports. So there are some issues. There certainly are some issues. But I think that they are isolated and kind of peppered in here for a couple different reasons.